so I guess he can do this all day. Looks like Chris Evans is in talks with Marvel about a return to his iconic role of Captain America. Some fans are understandably frustrated because of how fitting his character ending was in Endgame, but there are a few ways Cap could suit up that would still be pretty interesting to see. Let's take a look. When we left Cap at the end of Avengers Endgame, he was very, very, very old. He had returned all of the stones to their rightful places in time and even got to finally reconnect with Peggy after all those years. He also passed on the Captain America mantle and shield to his good buddy Sam Wilson. A logical progression would be for the story to pick up right where it left off, which would see Steve Rogers as a very old and very retired man. The plotline for Falcon and the Winter Soldier is set after Steve Rogers has given the mantle of Captain America to Falcon. The US government has its own opinion on who will be the new Captain America and clearly doesn't choose Falcon, at least not immediately. So this story could be about Steve helping Sam become the next Captain America. This story could be similar to the Marvel Now comics that were released between 2012 and 2015, in which an aged Captain America wanted to expand the Avengers team, and so he picked Sam to be his successor. There are definitely limits to going this route narratively though. If we go with an old version of Steve, then there are obviously not going to be a lot of intense fights with old man Steve Rogers, but it could still be pretty interesting to watch a much older Steve Rogers mentor a hesitant Sam Wilson. Also, some people have noted that it might be hard to take Cap seriously in his old man prosthetics, so that could be a reason why the Marvel team could decide not to go forward with this concept, especially if they are wanting to capitalize on the nostalgia people feel when they see Captain America on the big screen. We don't know if these alleged talks happened during the filming of Season 1 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, so it's unclear on whether he would make an appearance in Season 1 or Season 2. It's also possible that Captain America could return through an alternate universe or timeline, especially going with the Russo's argument that his life with Peggy takes place in a separate reality. We could potentially see Cap put back all the Infinity Stones, which has a lot of potential for storytelling. He would need to put the stones back in very specific places at very specific times, all while not getting caught, so there's a lot Marvel could do with this concept. And it would be tidying up issues some fans had on the feasibility of Steve going back in time to perfectly put back all the stones. So it's a win-win. We could even get to see a bit of Steve and Peggy's interactions, which has a lot of potential as well. Seeing the two first lay eyes on each other after being apart for so long would really be a magical moment. I'm not gonna cry, let's move on. A place where the multiverse stories could be seen would be Doctor Strange's newest movie, The Multiverse of Madness. This movie would be set after the events of Avengers Endgame and WandaVision. The movie sees Doctor Strange researching the Time Stone when he is attacked by a friend-turned-enemy, which results in Doctor Strange unintentionally releasing an unspeakable evil. This could introduce multiple versions of Cap, including the Hail Hydra Cap. This Captain America would be based off the comic series Secret Empire, which sees Cap as a sleeper agent for Hydra. Avengers Endgame makes a reference to this comic by Cap whispering "Hail Hydra" to one of the Hydra agents to throw them off guard and prevent that legendary elevator fight scene that happens in Captain America Winter Soldier. In the Secret Empire comic series, Hydra is orchestrating a takeover of the Marvel Universe, and during that takeover, Captain America is revealed to be a sleeper agent for Hydra. This comic was highly controversial, as a lot of fans felt that Cap being a part of an organization he had always worked so hard to tear down did a disservice to his overall character. But if the MCU is wanting to bring Steve Rogers back in a way that would provide new conflict for the movie, it's safe to say that a Hail Hydra Cap could definitely do the trick. Now time to discuss everyone's favorite plot device, time travel. Captain America could return at the end of Avengers Endgame, but they could have him return because of Kang the Conqueror. Kang has been theorized to be the villain in Avengers 5 after he first appeared in Ant-Man 3, and as time-traveling bad guys go, he's pretty up there in terms of threat level. He would probably require a lot of the MCU to stop him, but he could even fight heroes at different points in time. Essentially, he could fight some heroes in the present time and then go back in time and fight a younger Captain America. It would be like a reverse time heist. Heist time? Something like that. And speaking of time travel, I just time traveled to January 14th, 2021 and read a tweet from Chris Evans. Evans seemingly responded to the reports of Cap's return with a vague tweet saying, "News to me," and a shrugging emoji. The tweet doesn't specifically mention the MCU, Cap, or any of the reports, so exactly what he's responding to is not explicitly clear. Side note, I now totally get why movies focus on time traveling so much. That was really helpful. So do you think Cap should return, or do you think his ending was a fitting conclusion for the character? Personally, I was really happy with how things ended, and I didn't want to see his return, but through writing this, I learned about some interesting ways Cap could return, but that still treats the character with integrity. Guess we'll have to wait and see what the MCU ultimately decides.